When you think of Canada, do you think of gardening, of growing some tomatoes, some cucumbers? Of course not, you think about the snow. But there is gardening here in Canada. So right here you can see my family's garden. Like we have lots and different things. Like even our greenhouse, especially because it is getting cold sometimes in the night. And yes, it is totally possible to have a greenhouse and have a garden here in Canada. But here's the thing, first of all, you need to look where you're living. I live here in Paris. The summers are really hot and winters are brutally long and cold. So there is no winter garden here possible unless you are spending some money to heat it up. Otherwise, it's not possible. The other thing is really, if you are really into gardening, you need to be mindful because the summers here are getting very hot. So sometimes you have like a week of plus 30 degrees and then the whole area dries up really quickly. The moisture here really in the air, it's also bad for the skin, by the way. It's really dry here and you have to get them water every day. So let's have just a quicker look what we have here, right? So right away we got our cucumbers. Oh, they are outside cucumbers, so they are small. And we got our tomatoes. But unfortunately, of course, because they are outside, they are small. And we have other things that I can't even actually name. This is just from my father. Lettuce as well, it's growing okay. And radishes, and we have here green onions and everything else. We have here my cat, which I don't mind us, we're just filming here. And unfortunately, heat and really the weather can ruin it. But look at just how long they are. It's like a meter in size. We got cabbages and we got over there zucchinis. The zucchinis for some reason are doing extremely well and growing like incredibly. Weeds here for some reason are growing very well. We have here underneath, if you can just see it here, red beets. They need some time. And on the far side we have peas, and this one, rhubarb, I think it's called in English. You can make delicious desserts from it. And of course, because we are really green, we have lots of space for the composting. Okay, now let's take a quick look into the greenhouse, how different it is. All right, Lucy, give some space. Okay, right away you can see the difference. This is the cucumber from the inside and it's grown already, and it's about 1 meter 80 high, yeah, or even higher. We got the tomatoes. Pro tip, don't clip them as my brother did. As you can see, he clipped them way too much and now they don't have any leaves left. As you can see, the lettuce is just growing insanely well. What is surprising here in Canada, here in Paris, these are growing very well. These are blackberries. And in summertime, they will be here like almost 2 meters high. Pro tip, in your garden house, build an additional window. You may be thinking an additional window is just insane because like it's getting cold in Canada, right? Canada's a cold country. Like I said, we are here in the prairies and it's getting really hot, and unfortunately it will not be enough, and otherwise all the cucumbers and everything will be saggy. You have to really be mindful of the heat here. It can really destroy your crops. Also, pro tip, consider to getting yourself a cat that gets rid of all the mice around your vegetable. Just an additional advice. If you really are into gardening or maybe want to go into gardening, first of all, you should know that some of the cities have actually outside gardening, like from the city provided. In our downtown area, we have one large garden. You can just go to the government and then pay for a slot, and then you can do all the gardening is there. The other thing that is really important is you need to know and do a bit of research what you can actually grow here or not. Like I said, the summers here can be very brutally hot, and then for a week or two it's like plus 30 degrees. Some flowers, vegetables and fruits die from the overheat, so you cannot choose those ones. The winter is brutal and very long, so while in spring in the States and Europe they're already planting everything, here especially in the Paris it's still cold, you can't plant. But what you can do is like us, you can plant them in the house and get them already growing, so when it's warm enough outside you can start right away. But this is, we are looking at May or June, you can actually go outside and plant them. Yeah, other people have, like my family in Germany, already in springtime, they have some vegetables outside. This is not possible here. By the way, just additional information, you can see behind me all the greenery. Right there, the people there have actually a huge garden with a huge lot with a lot of different vegetables and fruits, but mainly vegetables. And this can tell you right away this is most likely foreigners like us. And we thought like, oh, right away, they must be from Eastern Europe like us. Because Eastern Europe, Russia, Kazakhstan, in this area, many people have background of farming. And yeah, we were right. They are Ukrainian people. We have other Ukrainian people over there. They as well have a garden. In our family, it's just tradition. It's like where we are from. We're from a farming background, way hundreds of years before. Many Canadians actually don't do gardening. The reason for this is actually very simple and not the same like it is in your country. The reason here is because the winters are so long, especially like I said here in the prairies. So people are considering spending their summertime not doing gardening and being under the sun, but rather barbecuing, going to the beach, going to the river and hunting and whatnot, but not actually wasting more time working. I hope you liked the little special here about our gardening and gardening here in Canada. And I wish you and your family the very best. Consider liking the video and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.